But something else was happening too at this time. Something that together has devastated our world. And that is what we call the scientific revolution. Because you see, now we are a people who are temporal. The link with heaven is gradually broken. We are simply on the earth. We only see the material universe as being real. And you get the birth of what first is called the natural philosopher, which then morphs into the modern scientist. And let me just read you Sir Francis Bacon, who is considered to be the founder of the scientific revolution. He said, "My only earthly wish is to stretch the deplorable narrow limits of men's dominion over the universe to their promised bounds. Nature will be bound into service, hounded in her wanderings, and put on the rack and tortured for her secrets." Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So, by the 18th, 19th century, we have what is called the European Enlightenment. The Enlightenment. The philosophers believed that they had knowledge which had surpassed everything that had gone before. They believed that they had the power and that they were creating a new world. And they called it the Enlightenment. And they created a story because the power was giving them the world. It was giving them such amazing things. They had an industrial revolution in which they were creating machines that could go far beyond the power of the hands, creating a whole new space. And they saw this, and they developed this amazing narrative. And the narrative was that after the glorious Roman Empire, and when it fell, Europe descended into a dark age, an age of superstition and ignorance. And then the light reappeared with the Renaissance, the rebirth of knowledge. And then everything started to develop. And we now have a humanity in the West, of course, in Europe, in which the human being is progressing towards creating heaven on earth. This is the justification of the whole modern enterprise, to create heaven on earth. And they believed it. They believed that the power that they now had in their hands would lead to them getting rid of disease, getting rid of poverty, creating utopia upon earth. And I now fast forward to our present time, because we know very well, and everyone actually is aware of this, that this promise has proven to be a false promise. It's not true. It's not true. We are living in a nightmare. And the age of crisis, as I understand it, began when I was a child, when modernity reached its point of accelerating power, and the atom bomb was produced. We had stepped over a line where we had produced the capacity for the first time to be able to destroy ourselves and all of existence. And since then, in our laboratories, we have produced warfare, chemical, biological, and in every other sense, that is capable of destroying humanity and everything upon this earth. And the conquest of nature, has led to what we know is global warming. We have actually polluted the rivers, the sea, we've polluted the air, we have destroyed our environment. We are destroying the forests, pandemics are coming out of it because of the relationship and the way we have upset the animal kingdom. We are facing terrible crises. We have financial crises. The financial system is insane. The wealth that is accumulated in a few hands, the poverty, the fact that most people now have to work so hard just to keep alive. And finally, that which in the 60s we were beginning to bring into existence. Postmodernism, the idea that the only reality is the reality of the individual, and the destruction which modernity has brought about with the family. Because you see, when I was a child, modernity had not yet entered into the moral or the ethical framework. I was brought up as a Christian. The morality I was given as a child when I went to church, and more than 50% of the people of this country went to church, was the same morality, the same fundamental morality that I follow as a Muslim. But gradually, over this period, the morality of modernity has actually taken over.